So in this video, I'm going to look at a phone conversation where Chris Watts manipulates his parents so we can see how he does it. Very shortly after murdering his family, he spoke on TV asking for Shanann to come home, saying he was worried about their safety and so on. And he didn't look emotional in those videos at all, even though he just murdered them all. In this footage, he comes across as more emotional than I've ever seen him in any of the other footage. And I think that's because his parents are reacting to what's happened. And so he's feeling all of that shame associated with his parents seeing through his mask. They're seeing what he's capable of. And he would have felt so exposed and suddenly seen for who he is.
I wish we could have talked to you these last 3 months.
Chris Watts and his parents weren't in touch for about 3 months between the police interviews and when they finally spoke on the phone since the sentencing. Given that the relationship Chris Watts has with his parents is based on him wearing his mask, it would make sense that he hasn't been in touch with them since he was arrested, because his mask will have been busted, it will be clear what he's done. He might fear that he had lost them, that his mother would never care about him anymore, because everything she seemed to feel towards him came from him performing for her. So it makes sense that he's been hiding away. It looks like Chris Watts previously gave his parents the impression that his lawyers had advised him not to speak to them. And it looks like they've believed it.
I wish you would have called us, but he couldn't. I know that they wouldn't let you, but you don't do everything everybody tells you to do. You have to cut. You got to go with what you feel is right.
If I would have called and while everything was going on, all these calls go straight to the district attorney.
Oh, I know. We know that. All we want to do is say we love you, support you, fight. That's all. That's it.
He's blaming Shanann for killing the children, and they believe him. He underestimated just how much they need to believe in his mask.
It's just a matter of the DA. The district attorney, they were watching me like a hawk. Every letter I got, even if it was from some crazy person or if it was from someone that I knew, it was scanned and it was sent over to the DA before I even got it.
So he can now say that the reason he hasn't spoken to them is just because of the DA.
I know. We just want you to know we're behind you. Yeah, and that we support you 100%.
So having experienced that very visible pain when he thought his parents knew what he'd done, he's now slipped back into the role of being adored by them, having them think of him as this innocent, sweet, caring person. So Chris has rescued them all from this really painful situation.
We know what she was like. Okay? We just love you. And they can record all they want.
I know, but just remember, she was a wonderful woman too, okay?
We know that.
I don't want a lasting memory of anybody to be something that was...
No, none of it.
Yet he blackens Shanann's name by telling his parents she's murdered their children.
None of it should have happened. None of it happened. None of it. Okay?
It seems Chris knows that his family tend to see him as a poor innocent victim, and he's making the most of that. He's coming across as the ultimate martyr because he's saying that even though this woman has killed his children, he won't let anyone speak badly of her. Even though he's claiming he murdered her because he was so upset about it, and that now he's in jail for the rest of his life for him killing her and for what she did. Nevertheless, no one must utter a word against her. So, and they're buying into this and just thinking, wow, he is just incredible, and this is giving him even more narcissistic supply. So everyone's happy.
We love you.
I don't want anybody's memory being negative because she was wonderful.
No, it's not, honey. It's not. I understand. It's not. But we just don't want your last. Yeah. We don't want you to be forgotten in narcissist either. No.
Playing the martyr is something a lot of narcissists do because it works so well. Either because people believe them, like in this case, and they genuinely think that they're a really lovely, giving person and they might feel indebted to them as well and in awe of them. But even if you can see straight through what they're doing, it can be a hard position to argue with because there might be people around you who do believe in what they're doing and you're going to look jealous and like you're just nasty and bitter for putting them down when they've just done such a lovely thing. And if there's nobody there and it's just you and the narcissist, it can also be really difficult. They can turn around and tell you that you're imagining things. You know, they can gaslight you and make you out to be this nasty, untrusting person. And you might end up having to try to explain and defend yourself, which means that they still end up having the power. So it's a really tricky position.
We're fighting for you.
You have 1 minute left.
1 minute
All right, we got 1 minute left. So we are fighting for you. That's all we care about right now.
Believing that Chris Watts is the exception to the rule, that he's somebody who would spend the rest of his life in jail for something he didn't do, would fit with their narrative. You know, it would fit with the way they see their son as somebody who's very sweet and innocent and a victim. Over the course of this phone conversation, Chris Watts has, in his mother's eyes, been a victim of his lawyer, the DA, the court, Shanann, and she fears soon the other prisoners because she keeps going on about how safe he needs to stay. And Chris Watts goes along with this. He's obviously learned off by heart how to manipulate his family and how to stay this golden child who can do no wrong.
Okay. Honey, how are you doing?
I'm alright. You know, I'm hanging in there.
You know when they're going to move you yet, or don't they?
What's up?
You know when they're going to move you?
It's going to be any minute, any hour that gets you so.
Anytime, man. There's no such thing. Nothing.
Where are you at now in the deal?
Just random place.
They keep moving you around.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was just, me and Shan had tickets to this game today. So,
No, you didn't.
yeah, work had us, he had tickets for us. Yeah. But it's kind of every little day comes around,
Things your kids be going.
Oh, honey, I'm so sad.
He's now trying to elicit sympathy from his parents about how he misses the family he murdered. I think this shows he has no conscience at all when it comes to manipulating his parents. I don't at any time get the impression he's feeling guilty that they believe his lies. It seems to me he's thriving on this. He probably does miss Shanann and the girls, but I doubt it's in a meaningful way. I think it's more likely that he just misses the fun things they used to do together and the love and attention he would have got from them.
I just don't know how to get out of this package.
Take time, buddy.
I just don't know how.
I know.
We love you so much.
You got everything you get,
You just let us know what you need.
I will.
So once again, playing the victim has paid off. Did you hear how indulgent he sounded? Let's listen to that again.
I will.
So he's gone from this to getting his mum right where he wants her.
Please call us every day.
Whenever I get a chance, I will.
Please. There's so many people out here that believe in you.
fighting for you.
That's good. That's good to know.
Oh, you got a lot of support.
She do.
So much support.
A whole lot.
But promise me you'll be careful.
Trust me.
He says trust me at least a couple of times during this phone conversation. And I haven't heard him say that before. I wonder if there's something a bit creepy about this, if he's actually getting off on the fact he's lying to them. I think it could be that because he has shown signs of duper's delight in the past.
The smiles light up my life. And this last night, during when they usually eat dinner, it was just like I missed them. Like, I mean, I missed telling them, hey, you got to eat that or you're not going to get your dessert, you know, and just like.
So this means he has shown signs of enjoying the fact people are believing his lies.
They released some 2,000 pages of everything.
He's talking about the discovery files in which all of the information about the case was revealed. There was a lot of disturbing information there.
All those 2,000 papers come out today. A lot of people's questioning a lot of things about this case.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot.
Yeah.
I know, you know, I'm not sure like why they released it, but they released it. I was, you know, sitting here, I don't mean, you know, I was told what was in it. I was just like, well, maybe they were just, I don't know why they released it. But.
I listened to his little laugh and what he said a few times to try to get a sense of what was going on. But I wondered if what I was listening to was a mixture of embarrassment and pride. It sounds to me like he's amused and entertained by the fact that this has gone public. What do you think?
I was told what was in it. I was just like, well, maybe they were just, I don't know why they released it. But.
To me, he sounds like someone who's just won a reality TV competition, who wasn't aware that some embarrassing footage was shown of him. As if they've shown him coming out of the shower or having an embarrassing argument.
I don't know why they released it.
In the next video, I'm going to look at some more examples of Chris Watts manipulating his parents. So please subscribe if you haven't already. And in the meantime, I'm going to leave you with a friend I made on the beach today. He's very impressive. Are you coming towards me? Ah, you look like you're eating sand. Don't let me stop you. Is that nice? Is that nice? Come on then, Mr. Crab. Show us what you're made of. Oh, maybe you're just... Oh, you're going backwards. I didn't know you could do that. That was clever. Come on then, do something else. Ooh. I hope you're not going to suddenly go forwards and pounce on me. Bye-bye then. Are you off? Bye-bye.